Hi, I'm Siren, and this is the story of a long-time dream of having a bluewater boat that I can continue traveling the world in. I live aboard a masterpiece of Taiwanese craftsmanship, a 1976 Tayana 37, with Bentley, my 8-year-old rescue husky. It hasn't been easy, and I've been lucky to have help along the way, but now I'm on my own. I've done repairs to the teak deck, I've replaced some rigging, and I've completed a lot of projects around the boat, but she still needs a lot of work, like new chain plates, all new rigging, and fixing the leaks in my deck fittings. It's been a masterpiece of misadventure so far, so hit that subscribe button and join me on this quest to find far-off lands, deep seas, and fun waves. So where have I been? I spent most of the winter lending a hand with some bright work, polishing, rigging, and deck repair on a little schooner. The mast had significant rot, and she was due for some much-needed maintenance. Bright work is one of the most rewarding things you can do, if you like wood. And I'll never complain about a day in the yard. There's always some other gorgeous classic pulling in to go eye up. The folding electric bike came in the mail from Haybike. My good friend Prentice helped me put it together on the dock at the marina. And little did we know, it would become a town legend. And his new best friend.
Holy shit. There goes nothing. Yeah, I think we have to take it out on the road to see what it...
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. It's adorable. Okay, now the headlights.
Oh, the headlights. Was it bright? Yeah. And this thing tells me my miles per hour, trip, odometer, max, average. That's ready. I'm not really sure about...
The up and down turn signals. Do
No, really?
that. Left. Right.
Wow.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. 32 miles an hour.
For real? And it folds.
Right?
We never even folded it up.
No.
But it folds.
Yeah.
And that means it'll go on the boat and it'll travel.
Yeah.
It means I can put it in the back of this car.
And you can break the speed limit in Apalachicola. All right, we got like half an hour of happy hour here.
What? Let's go.
Right?
I landed a local job where I get to play with things I'm probably not supposed to touch. And I went out a lot. This is one of those strange little places in the world where the flavors of the different people mix together, kind of like strawberry mint lemonade. And then just like that, it was time to go. To a place where I'd already made memories. A place that felt ideal in all the ways I needed in that moment. A place that I could just go and breathe. I couldn't have done any of it without help, though. I have so many people to thank. Darren, Lacey and Billy, Chaz, Tim, Prentice, Danny, Joanne, Scott, the Marina, Trey, Rodney, Tabitha, Randy and Greg, Mike, and so many others. I've seen more love in my life in the last year than in the last 5 combined. And I've learned just how incredible this community can be. We are a community, and that finally feels like something in my life again. We got to the new dock, and I couldn't have been more at peace with the way life was turning out. It was like the dust had finally started to settle, like the clouds that had been hovering for so long had finally risen, and the sun shined brighter than it had in a long time.
Here, Beetle. Burned it.
I'm deep in the untamed heart of Florida, where salt air tangles with cypress and oak, where bears roam freely in abundance, and the lives of many are shaped by the tides. This land is as sacred to me as any beautiful wooden boat on the water, and I'm proud to be back. This is truly the Wild West, the forgotten, the protected, This is the real Florida. I'm constantly playing with plants when I should probably be doing bright work. But I'm not the only one goofing off. Bentley's recently gained a lot more freedom. It's routinely taken away due to bad behavior, but he keeps getting it back, somehow. The wildlife out here is incredible. Gators, my resident spider, a cardinal that's obsessed with my bus. Oh yeah, I got the bus back. Eagles, ospreys, kites, manatees, tarpon, endless mullet, of course, raccoons, and loads of snakes. So far, none have bit me. I introduce myself to everyone I meet. And sometimes I'm up late just singing and dancing and just being generally weird. As we moved into summer, thunderstorms became routine again, and lightning became a growing issue. The lightning rod had been cut off the top of the mast last year in Key West to install a radio antenna, even though that didn't go as planned, and I feared that being out in the middle of the river, the tallest thing around, would make me vulnerable. The boat still leaks, as many boats do, despite what others might have you believe. You know what they say, never trust a boat that doesn't leak. Maybe that's why I trust this boat so much. In the weeks that followed, boat traffic increased. Bentley made friends, I made friends, and lightning continued to be a growing threat. Even the presence of a lightning rod doesn't guarantee safety. There may be safety in numbers, but out here, the only thing that comes in numbers are mosquitoes. Visitors would paddle up, and visitors would sail up. On one particular occasion, I shared the spoil with friends from a nearby town. It wasn't until after they left that I went back onto my boat for the first time since I'd left that morning to realize that the AC side of my power supply was completely down, and that the inverter and everything attached to it, like Starlink, and likely the air conditioning unit, had been fried.
I'm trying to figure out what's running down here. I guess it's the inverter. The inverter's running, but it's not lit up. The fans, the cooling fans on it are running, but there's nothing on the display. So let me check what battery cable's down here. I can check and see if we got any voltage. 13.8 volts. 13.4 at the charge controller. So there's nothing wrong with your batteries.
Okay. So batteries are good.
Batteries are charged.
Questionable.
During that thunderstorm this morning, it might have picked up some static, caused it to trip that little breaker.
Like nothing at the nav
charge
station.
controller down in the engine bay is working. It's lit up, it's showing everything. But this monitor right here is not showing anything. That makes me wonder what happened to it.
Right.
What concerns me is why the inverter, the cooling fans on the inverter are sitting there running, but nothing is, there's no menu. It won't shut down, it won't start up. even the fans won't shut down. It won't let it shut down from the mode that it's in.
Right.
But yet it won't start producing power either.
When all of the outlets stopped working, that one back there is the only one that was still working. And that's on outlets 2. So far as I know, the rest are on outlets 1. And this one is the one that we replaced. But when we replaced it, and now it works again. But that one was the ground, and then 60 and 60. Which is wrong. Yeah, I took notes the other day when we did this.
Okay, if the inverter is on and the panel is off, there is still some power.
Correct. That's what we found.
Dangerous as hell.
Mm-hmm.
Are you wired for 30 or 50 amp?
30.
30?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I brought a generator and an adapter for the generator to go to a 30 amp cord. Let's hook your shore power up and see if we can get 120 volts going without using the inverter. Let's eliminate problems within the boat itself.
Okay.
And if we get power there, then it's obviously a problem with the inverter.
Okay.
Of some sort. Now, whether I can figure it out or not, I don't know.
Okay.
Computers are not my thing. I'm still waiting on carbon paper to make a comeback. Leave this out because I may have to sit down and study on it.
Okay.
The fact that we've got an indicator light here,
Yeah.
that's your main breaker.
Mm-hmm.
That's the first breaker in the system, right? It's got power. Problem is, we're not getting power on these breakers.
I mean, so we're connected to shore power and still nothing.
I keep coming back to where you said you had 60 volts on hot and neutral
Right.
to ground the other day. This inverter is the only thing that would make it produce that. Unless you had a dead short somewhere, in which case nothing would work. It would trip your breakers. I believe you've lost your inverter. It's my best guesstimate. Well, at least you got a good dependable DC system for the time being. Do you have the regular Starlink or the Starlink Mini?
Regular.
I do too, and I just switched over to the Mini because the Mini will run on 12 volt.
Oh, really? Okay, so I've done a bit of research, and I think that the smartest thing for me to do next is to kill all power to the inverter. Let that sit for about 5 minutes and see if it tries to reboot. It could be a fuse in the inverter or an inline fuse. I do have this little schematic here, and it looks like there's a ground switching relay and a relay fuse. And then I'm going to look for, first I'm going to look on the actual inverter, see if there's any kind of reset button on that inverter that I could hold and switch or something. I don't know. I haven't really been through the manual yet. And then I'm going to look for that relay fuse and see what that looks like and start looking at the ground switching relay. I'd been quite conscious of the fact that I could encounter a lightning strike, so I made sure to turn everything off every time I left the boat. But even having everything off didn't stop the inverter from taking a blow, because the inverter was still drawing power even when it was off at the panel. There is a battery switch, but it isn't an actual battery cutoff. It's just a switch for the DC to DC charger, which charges the battery using the engine when underway. It was never labeled when installed, which is incredibly dangerous for anyone needing to act in an emergency, since anyone would assume that it's the main battery switch. It'll be labeled now. I've also now learned that my battery is no longer charging, so I'll not only need to be extremely careful with consumption, but I'll need to figure out why. Once the power in the battery is gone, I won't even have lights. I've also learned that the Starlink was fried, so no more internet. I have a long road ahead, buying and installing a new inverter, buying a new Starlink, getting all the outlets working again, reinstalling the entire solar setup the correct way, figuring out why it's not charging, likely buying a new AC and moving it to a different location, running the coax up so I have a working radio, something we couldn't get sorted out last year after 3 full days of Darren dangling from the top of the mast. I make that sound awful for her, but I had to winch her up there. Now the negative side of the battery is on so tight it won't budge, so I'm going straight for the positive out of desperation. Where's that screw? Can I reach it? I can reach it with my hand. Please. Don't let anything else go wrong. I've got it. I've actually got it. This is gonna sparkle all over the place. I cannot see anything. Okay, here we go. Oh yeah. Jesus! Well, I didn't think there'd be that many sparkles. Filming.
You've got this fan plugged in right here. Is this outlet working? Oh yeah, I replaced it.
Right, but no, it doesn't work.
Because your inverter's shot.
Yes, it was a test.
I forgot that I replaced it.
Yeah, we put the
Regular one.
No, we put the generator into shore power to see what it would do.
And it does nothing.
No.
But shouldn't shore power go straight to AC?
No, it goes through the inverter first.
Really?
We are gathered here today to discuss electrical dilemmas. Okay, so the problem at hand is that when the battery was installed, a battery switch was not installed, which was astonishing. And also, even with everything off, AC main, DC main, inverter off, everything off, the inverter is still connected to the battery. So even when you unhook the battery cables to try to just like give it 10 minutes thinking that it might reboot the inverter, which was sort of the plan, when I went to connect battery cables back, there was a big spark. So at this point, do we want to A, try to disconnect the negative and just see what happens and risk another explosion?
It won't explode at this point. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt.
He wasn't here. Or do we want to try to find how the inverter is connected to the battery and just try to disconnect that entirely so that we can reconnect the battery without the inverter drawing anything? That's Bentley on the deck.
Really?
Yeah.
Jesus, it sounded like a squirrel.
It's a baby polar bear.
Oh, okay. I think a combination of both. Let's get the negative undone, make sure the battery's free and clear of sending juice to anything, and then we can try to trace the line for the inverter.
Okay, well, I'm going to let you do that negative because I clearly cannot.
Okie dokie.
Okie dokie. Here we go.
I did not bring my phone or my headlamp because I'm an idiot.
Okay, hold on, I have my phone.
What is that?
That is a hair removal device from a company called Nude. Wait, isn't it called Nude? No, maybe.
Diamond.
Diamond.
Skin Pro.
Yeah, do you want to remove your hair?
I'm attached to it.
Yes, you are. Okay, would you like this cell phone?
Yes,
with the
please.
light? Okay. Wait, are you gonna explode something again? Let me watch.
Is this the positive? You got the positive back on. There's the negative.
Well, no, the positive's not on.
I'm gonna say it is.
No.
Well, something's attached to the positive.
Right, but I don't know what that stuff is.
Oh. Okay.
But the battery cable's not on it.
So here's a trick I learned in Vietnam.
Yeah, you stick the thing through the loop and then twist.
Well, you put it on the actual body of the screwdriver.
Look at that.
Okay, so the negative is off.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so now how do we trace what? Okay, so there's this attached to the positive terminal. This is the actual house hot, right? Is this the inverter here?
No, the inverter's in the lazarette.
No, I mean, is this the inverter wire?
I have no idea. I don't see any sparks.
Well, that was just the positive.
Oh.
Here goes the negative. Fingers crossed. So it was the inverter.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. How are you not sweating?
No. The inverter is only for AC, so
So what
the
was...
DC was working fine anyway.
Oh.
But we wanted to disconnect the battery to see if the inverter would reboot.
Okay. So you
So
got
when I
DC for
disconnected
the time being.
battery, I had the minor explosion, and then I couldn't connect it, so then I had lost DC too.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
Now I have DC back.
Now you have DC back.
So I'm back where I started. Thank you, Prentice.
Yay, you have power.
Yay. DC, anyway.
DC.
Well, both now, because you helped me dig the Blue Betty out of the storage unit.
Right.
Which was also a major ordeal, so.
And you don't even have sweat on your forehead. How do you do this?
I think I do. Well, I'm permanently dehydrated.
Can I get you a cup of water?
I did a colon cleanse last week. Remember the colon cleanse I did?
Yeah, the accidental one.
Well, okay, that's a long story, but I was given...
I wasn't there for it. I heard about it.
Everyone heard about it. I was given the bottle that they give you. They give you 2 bottles, I guess, when you go to do the colonoscopy. And someone gave me one of the bottles, and I did it. And I thought, this will be good. It will, like, flush me out. And I guess it didn't do anything. And I guess that's a pretty clear indication that you're severely dehydrated when it does nothing and then you're like constipated for 3 days. It was a full 3 days. What if I had actually needed a colonoscopy? That's what I'm wondering. What happens?
They would have done it.
No,
or
they
they would
wouldn't
have
have done
given
it.
you an enema the day of.
Oh God.
And it would...
I'd considered doing an enema. By day 3, I was like, I need like medical help.
Chug vast quantities of water and electrolytes.
I was drinking a lot, but
Were you though?
no colonoscopies for me. I'm gonna have to pre-warn them. Like, it won't work. It won't work.
Break out the backhoe. Sorry.
That's last.
Really?
Yeah. No.
So, when I'm pulling shit out, how you got those in backwards? I'm guessing this one now?
No, that one.
Damn it.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Really, you're teaching me. So your home has been in this state of discombobulation for a couple of days now.
Yes.
Should have called me sooner. Is there anything I can do?
I got it. To get behind it.
Actually, your strings are looking not super rusty.
That's because they're new strings. They're rigid.
Yeah.
Love. True love. Yeah, I really do. I have more on my plate than I can handle alone. And the electrical situation is complicated and dangerous enough that I need professional help now. And I need to replace a lot of expensive things. Many times, when owning a boat, you find yourself sinking somehow, and then you have to find a way to swim again. I don't have deep pockets, but I know that no matter what happens, it'll be okay. Life is an adventure, every single chapter. Boat, no boat, boat with no lights. My expectations with this boat were spot on, honestly. Buying a boat is almost never a smart decision, but yeah, it'll be the best decision you've ever made.